Hey everyone! So I was gonna do this live, but I have a flight risk. Who's gonna help me? I wanted to show you his Legos before we start. But I am gonna show you guys a very easy keto blueberry cobbler recipe. Honestly, I don't think it can get any easier than this. I tested it earlier this week and it was gone in 5 minutes. The one thing I will say that I didn't do, so the recipe I'll post, it's for a 9x9 and this is a little bit bigger.
I want to get my cream.
Okay, so I'm doubling the recipe, except for the blueberries. I just added 1 extra cup instead of 3 extra cups. So the first thing we're gonna do is pour the blackberries or the blueberries into here and then sprinkle it with a little bit of sugar and let it set for a minute. Jackson, do you wanna come help?
I'm getting my cream.
Where's my spoon? There it is.
That's a big pile. Nah, the big pile is going flat.
Does that look like enough?
No.
So I realized whenever I started this for today that I did not have enough of my sugar. So I'm doing half of the recipe with the sugar that it suggests and then the other half with a coconut brown sugar and hoping that it works out okay. I feel like it's gonna give a little bit of a nutmeg flavor. Flight risk. Move. Which I think will be okay. It'll just kind of add to the crust. Okay, so I put a little bit of extra in here of the sugar you're supposed to use, and we're gonna sprinkle that on top. And since it normally says to do 1 teaspoon, I'm gonna do 2. Okay, that looks like enough. Jackson, get all of that out of the way.
I want to show them. I want to put it in.
Okay, so move. That is gonna sit, and we're gonna mix everything else up.
I'm cracking.
We're gonna put the butter in first. So it says to melt the butter. One thing I learned from Joanna Gaines is to soften the butter, not melt it.
Mommy.
Sorry.
Sure.
And then it adds a little bit of extra fluff, I guess you could say, to the crust. And I don't know, it just adds like a little Texas flair to it, I guess is the best way to explain it. Okay, Jackson. So normally you would do half a cup. Since I'm doubling, I'm doing a full cup. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of stir that in a little bit to soften it up a little bit more. Okay, Jackson, you want to pour everything else in?
Not yet. After I get this sitting back up.
I'm gonna end up doing it myself.
Let's just lay it down.
I think you have it too heavy on the cream side. Okay, so we're gonna start pouring things in and stirring it as we go. Okay?
Okay.
And everything I'm putting in here, I'll put on the blog. It's super simple. So this is my extra sugar that I'm using since I didn't have enough of the regular sugar. I'm saying sugar because it's not really sugar. Put them in.
Both?
Yes. Okay, and so that's the baking powder. Okay, so why don't we stir that in really quick.
Dust.
It looks like dust.
Yeah, seeded dust.
Okay, what else you got for me?
Yo-yo?
So that is vanilla.
I was going to drink it.
You were. Okay, do the rest of that sugar. Okay, I'm gonna stir that in. Jackson. Stop! Okay, give me the almond flour.
A little bit?
All of it, but don't make a mess. Come on. Okay, before we stir that in, we're gonna do the eggs. It's okay. Okay.
I'm gonna stir the eggs.
Okay.
I only want to crack them first.
Okay, don't make a mess. I know Granny's shown you how to do this. No, in here.
Oh.
We're just gonna hope that it's. Can I help you? God. Jackson! Okay, put them in here. Okay. Stop! Go wipe your hands. There's napkins in there. Or that one.
How do you do the others?
You can do the last one. You're making me too nervous with these. Who picked these eggs?
Granny.
You didn't go get them?
Oh, the Easter Bunny did.
No, they're from Granny's. Did you get the eggs out of the thing that it's called? Where the chicken lay their eggs? Come on. You're gonna make a mess.
I don't want to.
Okay, we're gonna stir all of that together. Okay, we're gonna pour all of this on top and then stick it in here for about 30 to 40 minutes, maybe a little bit longer since I doubled it. But whenever it is done, it's golden brown on top, you can pull it out, put a little bit of powdered sugar on top, let it cool, and it's good to go. Okay, it is ready for us to put in for about 30 to 40 minutes. I don't know if I said this on 350, which I'm looking and I have it on 375. So I'll fix that. Honestly, I may leave it on 375 and see what it does. Why not?